Hi guys, Melissa from CloudMom.com. Another question today from one of my favorite YouTube viewers, April. This one really had me stumped. Should I have my baby sleep in the middle of the crib or down so that his or her feet are near the edge of the crib? I was like, whoa, I have never even heard of this or thought of it, so it really got me thinking. I thought it was a great question. I want to talk a little bit about what I did and then what I've learned. With all of my babies, whether they were in the crib or a pack and play, I put them flat in the center of that crib, and I actually did not change their position. Now, the rules and regulations and standards for how babies should be put down in a crib have changed over time, and at a certain point in the early 90s, the American Academy of Pediatrics started to advise parents to put babies on their backs. Okay, since then, even through having had my 5 children, I have seen differences in the hospital in terms of what I have been told to do, in terms of how to situate my babies in the crib. With my first baby, I was told to go back, side, back, side. This is just what I was told. That was in 2004. By the time I had my later babies, I was told just to put them on the back. What can happen is something called flattened head syndrome. And this is what you're trying to prevent. And April, I think this is what your question is getting at, and it's really, really great one. I did quite a bit of research, and I only found one article, which I will link to from my site, which suggests that you change the orientation of your baby in the crib. So sometimes they're facing this way, sometimes they're facing the other way. You change where you put your mobile. Sometimes you move where your crib is in your room. The theory being that babies will turn their heads towards light, so that doing that will change the way they orient their heads in the crib and will combat flattened head syndrome. This is not something I did. It's not something my doctor told me to do. It's something I have read about, so definitely explore that with your doctor. Ask your doctor how he recommends that you place your baby down in the crib, and what should you do if you feel that flattened head syndrome is an issue. But from what I've learned, your number one issue is SIDS and safe breathing and making sure that your baby has clear pathways for air, and that is the number one priority. This is what I was told. So check that out too. But thank you so much, April, for this amazing question. Moms and dads, please weigh in. How did you put your baby down in the crib? Was it always the same, or did you vary it, and what were you told to do in the hospital? Fascinated by this issue. It's a really, really, really important health issue for young babies, as we all know. So please weigh in, and thank you so much for watching CloudMom.